Hey yo, what is up guys? It is I, DPX here, or the 3PX here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be here making this video, which is why I'm doing this on the 3PX, just because I got a lot of shit going on my main channel. If you're new here, this is actually a second channel. Main channel will be linked in the description. But yeah, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness has just come out. And by just come out, I mean like a week ago it did. And I had no idea this came out until I was, like, last night I was looking through Netflix seeing, let's see if I can watch something. And then I saw that Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was on there. And I'm like, wait, this is out? I'll be doing a bit of a quickie today, reviewing Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, so let's go. Full transparency here. I kind of went into this show just to see how bad it was going to be. I did not think it was going to be good, because there are a lot of turnoffs here. I mean, first of all, Resident Evil, outside of video games, and I think the Resident Evil games are really good. You know, there's a lot of them, and a lot of them, some of them are like, you know, big whimpers, but overall, this series is a good series. But outside of video games, it doesn't have the best track record. It has a shit ton of movies, and like, they all suck. I've heard good things about maybe like there's one good movie and then the rest suck. Tell me what that movie is. Now, I don't know if we've gotten a Resident Evil series before. I know we're supposed to be getting a live action one coming to Netflix, so I guess this was sort of like a, you know, to hold you over for that maybe. This takes place in between Resident Evil 4 and 5, and it's, you know, and Resident Evil 4 I thought was a phenomenal game. Resident Evil 5 is a decent game, and to be honest, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it's not that good. It really isn't. I did see IGN's review. I skipped to the score. That's what I do with stuff that I haven't seen or played or whatever, and then after I watch the show or movie or play the game, then I go back to the review and watch the whole thing. Originally, I saw IGN's review, and they gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm like, okay, that's a lot better than I was expecting. I watched it, and then I kind of disagree. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but one of my main worries, and one thing I don't understand why some of these like video game properties do this, and if you notice, it's just video game properties. They go with this animated like look, you know, to sort of replicate like a video game cutscene. And I'm not saying it looks bad, because obviously in a video game, if this was a cutscene, this would look phenomenal. But in a show or a movie, I know like Final Fantasy Advent Children did this, and it just looks weird. Like in a motion picture or a series, this just doesn't look right. And it was honestly very distracting at times. In the finale of this show, there's like some guy, that's another thing. Unless their names are Leon and Claire, I can't tell you the name of a single character here. They were all very forgettable. But the main bad guy turns into like this giant, like, abomination looking zombie fucking guy, and every time he fucking moves, the animation just looks so off. It looks so bad. Like, I'll say it looks crisp, the animation, but it looks weird. It doesn't feel right for a series. Like, this is what you do in a video game cutscene. And video game cutscenes, I'm not saying that that's like a low standard, because especially with the Series X and PS5, those video game cutscenes look fucking awesome. But I don't know, it just doesn't, I'm not even saying it looks bad, but it just doesn't look right for a series. Another thing is the plot was very forgettable. I probably can't tell you about the plot. It was very forgettable. But the villain was very predictable. The villain, who, again, I don't remember his name. It was like, no, it's coming back to me. I think his name was Jason. And I remember that because every time his name was said, I always thought of the Jason meme from Heavy Rain. So I guess that's one way to remember it. He was very predictable, and honestly, like, just sort of just there. He was sort of there as just an antagonist, really. And it, like, okay, cool. I honestly didn't care about anyone in the movie except for Leon and Claire, and that's just because I am familiar with them. You know, this is in the same, like, this is, like, canon to the Resident Evil timeline. This takes place in between 4 and 5, so I do know these versions of Leon and Claire. But, I mean, I say I like Leon and Claire, but Claire does, like, little to nothing in this entire series. So it's really just Leon, and even then, Leon's alright in this. He's the only one I can say I kind of liked. I didn't really care about anyone else. I'm honestly struggling to come up with more to say about this, because it's really forgettable. It really is. It's probably, I could say this, it's probably the best Resident Evil thing that isn't a game. I can't really think of any other Resident Evil shows that have come out before this, but I think this is better than all the other movies. Even some of the worst Resident Evil games, like Operation Raccoon City or Umbrella Corps or Survivor, you know, I think this game, this show might even be better than those 3 games. Even like, you know, the weird thing is, I swear this was gonna be a movie. This was announced as a movie. I swear it was announced as a movie. And it seems like that because this is a self-contained story. I don't think it's getting a season 2. And there are 4 episodes, and each of the 4 episodes are, like, 25 minutes long. So, it's like you took a 100-minute long movie and you split it into 4 parts. That's what it seems like, and I'm pretty sure that's what they did here. And then maybe edit it a little bit more to make it seem more like a series. You know, have like certain episodes, you know, begin and end in different ways than they would if they were just a part of a movie. But even then, like, there's like, I think it was like the end of the first episode, it sort of just seemed like it just stopped. Because, well, this is a series, not a movie. In the end, yeah, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was very forgettable. It's better than I thought it was going to be. But again, I thought it was going to be absolute dog shit. It's the best Resident Evil thing that's not a game, but that ain't saying much. In the end, I'm going to give Resident Evil Infinite Darkness a 5 out of 10. Mediocre, alright? It's very forgettable. It's not that good, you know, the animation just doesn't look right for a series. And this feels like it should have been a movie. Not that it would have been much better if it was a movie, but this feels like a movie that they split into 4 parts. Anyways, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, what did you think? Did you even watch this? Did you even know what was happening? Anything about the show, let me know down below. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.